Sit back and kick it with us. We got charm, we got charisma. Vibes on vibes, personality fire. That's how we skate by, personality higher.
Hey, my name is Hailey.
And I'm Jessi.
And you're listening to
Personality Higher, the podcast where these opinions are not FDA approved. They're really not approved by anyone.
Not yet.
They're actually not even approved by us.
I know. I don't know how I feel about it just yet.
Our opinions are our own, though. So
and they're ever changing.
We will never, ever put them on anyone else. They're definitely our own. Today, it's very exciting. This is our 20th episode. This is our 20th episode.
I'm not even 20 years old.
Wow. I think that one thing that we do know about podcasting, which is nothing, basement level knowledge, but one thing we do know is that having 20 episodes is kind of a big deal.
It's a huge deal.
We've
since we started, we're like learning. We didn't know really. I mean, we knew people with podcasts, but we didn't know what to ask. We didn't know what to do. We kind of just like farted our way here. We YouTubed our way here.
We're just two comedians who said we have a dream in our heart and an Amazon account. And here we are. So 20 episodes later, thank you for your support. Thank you to everyone who listens. We're so grateful. And we just want to make you laugh. So that's that. Just wanted to get that out of the way.
I'm so excited.
How are you, Hailey?
I'm good. You know, you last week had to deal with me a little bit at the end of the week because I had a party I was invited to where it was a themed party. And you know what? Like, I should be like a pro at this because I went to the University of Alabama, Roll Tide, and I was in a sorority. Slam.
Wait, is that your
Zeta?
I don't know if you could see, if you're just listening to this, Hailey just did a little wackadoodle.
It's a crown.
Hand movement.
Only the best get crowned.
So that's
5 points.
So your sorority had like that, a hand signal.
Yes, all of them. And did you know that Budweiser's wife was a Zeta, and that's why the Budweiser crown has 5 points. That's just a fun fact.
Rock and roll.
I don't know if Zeta Tau Alpha wants me to say that, but you know what? We're not really affiliated at this point.
Not FDA approved.
Love you, sisters. Zistas. But I should be used to the costume parties, right?
Yes.
The themed parties. I was texting Jessi left and right. She was sending me inspo pictures. It was a ski themed party. Okay. I didn't really know anyone there. No. I knew one person there. So I was nervous. I was like, I feel like I'm scared going into adult party, themed party. Like, how dressed up are they going to be? And also, I've never gone skiing, unfortunately. So
I haven't either. I've never been skiing. I've never, ever been skiing.
I was about to say maybe we should go, but you're a little accident prone.
I have bad ankles, baby.
I don't think we're going.
I really, maybe not for me.
Maybe not.
The après ski culture, definitely for me.
No, we should just go to Jackson Hole.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so that was the theme. Jessi, like, she was like, you should dress Jackson Hole because I have like furry coats. I have cowgirl hats, cowgirl boots. Like, she was like, that could be like so chic.
Aspen cosplay.
Yes. And so that's what I was going to do. And I ended up doing it. It was a great time. But I was thinking on Friday, I was like, why am I so nervous? And then I thought of something. My first date party at the University of Alabama. My date was dressed as a Family's Guy character. And so I didn't want to be Lois. So I dressed up as Brian. Yes, Brian the dog.
The dog.
The dog. Woof. Anyway, it was a fun party, but eventually I walked in on my date making out with a Scooby-Doo. Ruh-roh. So, I whimpered my way home in my little sexy wedges and my little sexy mini skirt from Express. And, that's why I think I have PTSD from themed parties.
Oh, for sure. I mean, first of all, the idea of you dressed up as Brian, and there's proof of this. Like, I'm not sure if you're comfortable.
Post a photo.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll post a photo.
There is a photo of this party, and you are, in fact, a little puppy dog. It's the fact that you went there also just shows that like your commitment to the bit it's always been there.
It's always been there. Except why did I wear wedges and a miniskirt?
Because you were sexy, Brian.
Yeah.
I had
to be a sexy Brian.
Yes, you were.
I was going with the boy.
And you were in college.
It didn't look sexy, by the way. I looked like a high school girl. In my wedges. Oh, no. I was about to say they were from Express, but I think they were Michael Kors. They're the ones that have like the zip up.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I did not wear wedges to this party, and I did not walk in on my date making out with a sexy snow bunny. But I think if that would have happened now, though, I would have been fine.
I think now sexy Brian would have just
I would have said row, and I would have just,
and you would have been like, grab Stewie and
Where
been
the
like, we're out of here.
snacks?
Yeah, where are the snacks?
yeah.
Come on,
I would have
Stewie,
been
me
fine.
and you. Yeah, but you did have fun at the party.
I did have fun. It was great. Yeah.
Yeah.
I actually, some of my friends ended up like popping in. Like we all had mutual friends, which was wild.
Did you feel good about what you wore for the theme?
I did. I didn't even wear the cowboy. I brought it and I had it in my hand, but I was like, I'm just going to see like the commitment from everybody else. And I was glad to have not worn the hat in. And I was just wearing the coat and everybody was like, I love your coat. So
Were
it was fine.
they Aspen-y or were they like, I'm hitting the slopes?
So the people who were hosting the party, they were hitting the slopes.
Okay.
And the person I was going with, they were hitting the slopes as well.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the people just like put on a vest or like a
Toboggan-y
hat.
thing? Okay.
Yeah. So like it helped, you know, no one was Aspen-y except me.
Yeah.
However, it didn't matter because we were all kind of like just wearing cute winter fits.
Yeah. I
So
love
that-
that theme for a party around this time of year because
was
everyone's
cute.
going to Aspen and Jackson Hole right now anyway to do that whole,
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Kimosabi and get my cool hat and like everything. So I think that was the right move for you. And I
Yeah.
like that idea for a party.
No, it was really cute.
though I've
and,
never-
and it was indoor, outdoor because it's kind of warmer. And I mean, I know this sounds weird, but I was like, the one thing about this party is it smells really good. Sister had candles everywhere. I loved it.
That's a huge part of a party.
Yeah.
The vibe. And not just like,
Yeah, not just
if
the
we learned
snacks.
anything from Cher from Clueless, it's that the lighting has to be correct. You need to have something baking in the oven for the smell and the illusion that you're domestic.
She had pretzels baking.
She had a roll of cookies baking.
No. I'm saying this person.
Oh,
you're right.
I thought you meant, okay,
No,
yes.
no, Cher,
so the lady was
yes.
really subscribing to the Cher like
But I don't know, I
checklist
think-
of hosting.
But I think she was just like naturally doing
Just
that. because
doing
she
it,
was
for
making
sure.
like it just naturally like fell into place for her.
So she's just a hostess. Like she's
She's
it.
a hostess with most.
Okay,
she
cool.
did great.
Good.
Yeah,
Well, I'm glad
it was
you guys
fun.
had fun. Good.
Yeah, but I think that's why I like twitch out every time there's
You got
theme
trauma.
party.
You got party trauma.
I got party trauma. I had to be Brian the sexy dog from Family Guy.
You got party trauma.
Party trauma.
Oh my gosh.
How are you doing? With all that said,
I am fine. I had something just happen to me like moments ago before I saw you that I was going to share because I have become tight with your front entrance lady.
yeah,
She and I are pals now. So whenever I come to record the podcast or just come over in general, like me and this woman who are the security at the front of the building, like she and I are
gate,
tight
yeah.
now. So she and I are talking. She's on FaceTime with her son and she's like, says my name. She's like, oh, hey, Jessi, like, are you here? And I'm like, yeah, I'm here to see Hailey. And so then I hear a little voice on FaceTime go like, hey, Jessi. And then the front desk woman starts laughing. And I'm like, who is that? And she holds up her phone and she's FaceTiming her son. And she's like, my son, he's being silly. And I was like, how old is he? And she was like, he's 19. And she holds the phone out the window so he can get a good look at me. And
Oh,
he
no.
says,
he said holla.
he said, I like older women. And then he said, I don't have a problem with old women. And I said,
Old?
And I said, what is your name? And he said, Elijah. And I said, probably let's redact that for safety purposes. But he said,
Well,
I said, what is
there's
your
a million
name?
Elijahs on
Yeah.
this earth. We're okay.
And I said, I'm not old. I'm not old. I'm not old.
What did he say?
He said, ha 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 ha, because he did it to get a rise out of me because he's
And it
19
worked.
freaking years old.
It worked.
Oh my
Eli.
gosh. Anyway, I just said, smack, 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 smack. But he got me. He got me good.
He did
He got
get
me
you.
good.
He got
He
you.
razzed me.
He razzed you.
Um,
He has like a lot of personality, I would say.
He's got a lot of personality. And
Yeah.
other than that, I'm doing pretty good. I'm letting my nails, giving them a breather. Don't look at them, please.
Oh, I looked straight at them.
No, not for you to look at. But I'm giving my nails a breather. I took off all of my SNS. They need a lot of TLC. And that's really the most important thing in my life right now, obviously, are my nails.
Yeah.
Because that's all I have going for me. So other than that, I'm doing great.
I love to hear that. I love to hear that about your nails. I don't think I'm ever giving my nails a break. I'm so sorry. This is the only thing holding me on.
They just are paper thin, and I can feel they're not offering any protection to my nail bed anymore.
Okay.
So that's how thin and weak my nails are, is that I can feel
with
things I should not be feeling
with the SNS.
with and without the SNS.
Oh,
so
that's
they're
scary.
that thin, and I said, you know what? Let's take a step back. Let's take a step back. If I were
go
a
back.
coach,
Go back
I
to
would
the
go back to
beginning.
the drawing board right now.
Yeah.
And I'd say, what do we need to do to get you
Biotin.
back? I can't. I'm allergic to biotin.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
I am. Yeah. But other than that,
we'll
yeah.
find something.
Yeah. So I'll let you know. I'll keep you updated. It's a journey. But again, stop looking at them.
Sorry, you keep doing this.
I didn't invite you to look at my nails. I didn't invite you. Just because it's like, the choices of the things that I wear.
Yeah,
it's not an invitation.
Sorry. You're right.
Okay. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Was
I'm
that
just,
too
like,
harsh?
No, I'm
sorry.
just like worried that I
You can look at my face.
Okay, I can.
But don't look at my nails.
Yeah, like don't look at my nails. Okay.
You can look at my face. My boobs are out, but don't look at my boobs.
I'm gonna look. I like boobs. I think they're stunning.
Oh lordy.
But today we're gonna talk about something that is very near and dear to our hearts, and we think your heart as well, or hearts. I hope there's more than one person listening.
A single heart, a single mind.
Just one person. We got opinions on it, not approved by the FDA, but today we're talking about what is a personality hire? What does it mean to be a personality hire? What's our opinion on that? Mm-hmm. And I think we're two of the best people that I know to do this. I thought of a few people last night in my life that I was like, they're a personality hire. But there are so many people that have other qualities about them that make them hireable, or anything else, like a part of your friendship, like everything. I'm the personality hire in my friendships as well.
Yeah, I think today's topic of personality hire, again, is also, I think, part celebration of our 20th episode.
Yes.
And really going back to the reason of like why we started this, what it means. And I want to know what your personal definition of personality hire. Like, what's your definition? If you had to like go to Urban Dictionary and write one, what would you put in?
Okay, I would probably like rewrite this a few times, but the gist of it would be a person whom's
Yes.
I literally just said I'm a personality hire. I'm not the English professor.
I'm a whom's. I'm a person whom's. I know. I love that's. We're never going to say anything different now.
Okay, yeah.
Also, if you're watching this, I just decided, I don't know how this looks. I have absolutely no idea how I look on camera, but I do feel comfortable settled into this chair in this way. So whatever it looks like, it's just, don't worry about it.
It's in the chair's hands.
I don't have any control. So
it's in the chair's hand.
I'm just going to get comfortable here. A person is because she's sitting in a hand. And if you're not watching, Hailey is sitting in a chair that is a hand.
I'm in a hand chair.
Her butt is in the palm of a hand, and that's my dream, to have your butt in the palm of my hand.
It usually is.
Sorry, a person whom's
when they enter the room, the energy is immediately up. That they're solely there to bring the energy up, to have just light in the room, joy, laughter. All of the above. And those are, go in and out.
Yeah.
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 It's just someone who can lift the energy in the room.
Yeah. I think the person, if you look at it from like
and a personality hire, you hired them for that reason.
Yeah. I was going to say, if you look at it from a truly like the standpoint of why this person got brought onto a project or got hired at a different position, it's
just want to
because
work with them.
Their personality might even be so uplifting or such a perfect culture fit or whatever that it doesn't even matter if their resume doesn't take all the boxes for the things that are needed to even apply for this position or excel in this position. But because of who they are and what they bring to the table in terms of like their energy and their enthusiasm, I think enthusiasm is a big part of being a personality hire.
Yeah,
they can still succeed in the job or thrive in the job,
right?
Because of who they are. Sometimes, though, I think personality hires can be annoying to people that if they don't also do a little bit of the work or carry a little bit of the load of a friendship or whatever, I think that people can be like, you're so fun to be around. You're so funny. You're so this, you're so that, so enthusiastic. But you're not doing a damn thing.
But I also think part of being a personality hire is the one who like gets the motion going. Like, for example, it's not like a Mark by Mark Jacobs situation. Like, you know, when it's like that meme where it's like me in a group project, Mark by Mark Jacobs. Do you know what I'm saying? Okay, well, I hope the folks at home understand that meme.
Let me think. Wait, I'm trying to think. I haven't seen that, so I'm not sure. So you're saying it's like where a person is saying,
like, they're like, when I do,
like they just basically put their name on a project, but they didn't do anything for it.
No, it's saying like, I did this whole project. So okay, wait, maybe I'm not saying it right. I'm trying to think. Again, personality hire. The person says, me in a group project, Mark by Mark Jacobs, aka no one else helped. They did all the work in the group project.
Oh, okay.
And that's very relatable in a group project in college. Like,
I guess I'm just coming from the perspective of group projects. Normally, it's not even people being able to claim that they actually did the work. It's people being like, "Yeah, sure, Judy, put your name on it. You came to you came to one Zoom."
So this is just the perspective of like,
I'm taking
actually
credit
did
for
everything.
it. Got it.
Or I actually did everything, but everybody's name's going to be on it.
Got it.
The group project is going to have everyone's name on it, but really, if it was done correctly, it'd be Mark by Mark Jacobs because only Mark Jacobs did the work.
Understood. So sorry. I just wasn't looped in. I wasn't keyed in yet.
I'll find it.
Thank you.
I'll find it.
I'll find it. Whomsoever. I'll find it.
I'm doing great. Brian the sexy dog. Lois. I actually don't remember. That was Ozzy Osbourne, I think.
Lois. Sharon.
Yes, he said
Sharon, where me dogs?
Sharon, get your baby. What's the baby's name? Stewie.
Get your baby.
Mommy.
Mama.
That's all I know. I don't watch Family Guy. I also don't own a dictionary.
I also think that personality hire, the term, I think it came about, I think it's kind of like risen with millennials a little bit in terms of like coining the phrase. Yeah, like coining the phrase and leaning into it and leaning into the fact that like even if things aren't going so great, you can still tap dance and like perform for your friends and be like, but look at the bird and look over here and look over there and I'm still making things better. Yeah.
Well, there were those sketches for a while that they kept on saying like when the personality hire enters the room, they really don't do any work, but what they do is smooth everything over for everybody else. So like, you know, the person, they need an extension on the deadline. And this person walks in 10 minutes late. They've got coffee. They're like talking about their night last night. And then they're like, oh, I'll just call Derek. And they're like, you mean Mr. Bowman? And she's like, yeah, I'll just call Derek up. And they're like, okay. And then she's like, hey, D, what's up? How are your kids? And then she gets an extension like 2 minutes into the phone call. And they're like, shaking. Yeah. That's a personality hire, I feel like.
I think too, if I was going to categorize myself as a personality hire and like what I brought to the table, a big part of what I always gravitate towards in these types of people are the people who are really quick to give credit to others and to tell other people,
well, they're hype people,
complimentary things about themselves but they're genuine and that they're really like, I'm not afraid to hand out a compliment because
no, it's not fake,
because I'm secure in my own personality so much so that I want you to feel good about your personality. Yeah. And I really like, that's actually something that I try to do. And I think that other people that have good personalities or the personality hire of a crew, whatever, like that is something that I admire in those types of people too, where I'm like, man, you are so secure in who you are that it is absolutely rolls right off the back just to give everybody as many compliments as you can. And they're genuine and they're true. And that's something that I think is that's just a really good way to, well, it's just a good way to make friends and get people on your side.
And also it's just like what I think is weird about when people are like, you're such a good hype woman. Like I have people tell me that all the time. Like, you're such a good hype woman. And I'm like, it's free. It costs $0, 0 cents to tell someone the thought in your head that you just had about them. I look at a picture, I see someone looking fire. I'm going to say, you look quintessentially fire. You're looking like Pookie. Mm-hmm. You're on fire. Like that's so easy for me to do. Whereas some people like don't want to tell you because they're like, other people told her she's pretty. She doesn't need one more person. Okay, if you're a woman, first of all, you need everybody. You know that there's not enough people in this world telling you you're pretty if you're a woman. So
Well,
that's not true.
This is a derailment from the personality hire topic, but just still ongoing in our world and other people's worlds. I understand, but coming to the realization that there are people in your life at your big age that actually don't support you or actually have ulterior motives, or you've just noticed that they've been needling and needling and needling at you for all this time. And it's kind of like an epiphany of, oh my gosh, they're a little shit. That is the opposite of a personality hire. When that person comes into your life and you finally realize that their personality, there's something off, and you thought maybe they were quirky or they were fun or whatever. No, that personality hire, it can be sneaky, because sometimes
That's
that person,
not a personality hire. Yeah.
that person is a personality poopy head. Personality poopy head.
Well,
you heard it
it's
here first. TM
insecure.
trademark. It is insecure
as heck. But like, I don't understand why it is so hard. Like I think personality hires, and I think this maybe in the line of work that I'm in, with acting, and you're posting your art, your short films, your scenes from your network TV show you just did. Everybody in your life who loves you should pump you up. They should be like, yes, because they know how hard it is to simply just pursue the entertainment industry or to be a human in general. But if people aren't recognizing that, who are your loved ones, what are they doing?
Whomsoever doesn't support you needs to skedaddle
and go to jail.
Yeet gone.
Go to jail. You need to spend an evening in lockup in the drunk tank, and you need to be sober, and you need to look around you.
That's a hell of a punishment, getting sent to the drunk tank when you're sober as a judge.
And I bet it's scary. You know what? I've never understood.
I think that's just called solitary confinement.
No, I don't want them to be alone. I want them to be presented with the friendships that they may have if they don't tighten the screws.
Oh my gosh.
Get desecure. Wait, get personality hire. Stop being insecure.
Desecure yourself.
Secure yourself.
I like that. I think that's a
Secure yourself.
I think that's a fair punishment. I don't know who the judge is, but I
also,
like that
I don't
this
get
is
the
a punishment.
sober as a judge, because
all the judges are blackout.
I don't know if they're blackout, but they have a lot of red in their face, which lets me know they might have an alcohol consumption.
Oh my gosh.
issue.
I am not condoning or saying that that's okay. However, all the crap they hear and deal with day in and day out, I could see how that might lead to a coping, needing something to cope for your life.
What about therapists, though?
I'm sure. Yeah. Again, I think that a therapist, every time I've tried therapy, I think I've said this before, I wind up being the person who's
it's so unprofessional.
I get
I hate
the
this.
therapist somehow, and it's fully my fault.
No, it's theirs.
But the tables turn, and somehow by the end of it all, I've been the one that's like, well, yes, I understand how that would be a really difficult thing to go through, or that sounds stressful. And I've had to quit because by the end of it, I'm paying to give them
advice
or just, sympathy or just a shoulder to lean on.
No, that's not okay. It's so unprofessional. That makes me so mad.
Yeah. Wild. But I definitely have mentioned that before.
Yeah.
And I'm also, that's not like something I'm like bragging about. I'm
No.
not like, like that's not, I'm really not at all. Like that's not something that I'm proud of. It's just a truth.
It is your truth.
That is my truth.
It is. I hate that. It bothers me.
Well, did you want to talk about, this is something that you had mentioned, which I really liked, talking about kind of like categorizing pop culture personality hires?
Yes.
I think we should do that.
I think we should. I think there are a lot of people right now in the spotlight that some are personality hires and some aren't. And I think it's like Taylor Swift, not a personality hire. No, I'm obsessed with her. I love her. Not a personality hire. And that again, by the way, if you're watching this or listening to this and you're like, oh, they think you're so funny and charismatic and da-da-da. No, I mean, yeah. Actually, yeah, we do. But that's not the only thing. Like personality hires aren't the only thing that make the world go round.
We're not saying that.
Like I love Taylor Swift, not a personality hire. I could never
describe why.
do what she does.
But she isn't a personality hire because she's the talent and everything that she has built. The world she's built around herself is based on her hard work, her talent, her dedication to her craft, all these things. It's not like she just showed up on the scene one day and did a tap dance and everyone said, this girl as opposed to,
which, by the way, that's not to take away credit to personality hires who.
no,
also
we're
do
just
work.
we're just trying to like differentiate between
Yeah.
the way a personality hire is revered in pop culture.
I feel like Taylor Swift is a horse girl. Like if we were like, you know, like that description, and I love horse girls. I think I'm part horse girl.
Okay.
Hence the horse that was in our last episode.
Oh yeah.
She's right over there. Banjo.
I guess could understand that because didn't she grow up on a farm or something like that?
Christmas tree
A
farm.
Christmas tree farm.
In
And that does,
Pennsylvania.
I guess that has like modern day horse girl vibes.
No, but I can see if she was in middle school, she'd be one of the girls galloping around saying, "My horse's name Spitfire."
Have you seen the videos of hobby horsing?
Yes, I have.
What in tar nation?
I
What
could
in
give it a
tar
go.
nation? You could give hobby horsing a go?
I think it looks fun.
Are you being facetious right now?
I'm being facetious.
Oh my gosh, because when I see
That's
that,
a great exercise, though.
Haley,
TBH.
that is peculiar behavior.
It is. It's like, but there's a lot of peculiar things. Nothing shocks me anymore. What about furries? Furries? People who like to dress up like furries?
Yeah, I mean, that's also peculiar behavior.
I think grown men playing video games.
Here's what I guess
Odd behavior.
What I'm getting at though is that this peculiar behavior, there's enough people that are participating in it that they have events and they have competitions the same way with furries. There's enough people. There's a whole full-on furry convention that happens.
Comic-Con.
There is something for everybody out here on these streets. Any peculiar thing you wanna indulge yourself in, there's a group of people for you that have already scheduled an event. You just go to Eventbrite and you look it on up, and there's gonna be something for you there.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I mean,
that's crazy. We've gotten so beyond like, I'm going to take pottery lessons, or you know what? I really want to go back to, I'm going to take ballet lessons or whatever. Now it's like, let me get down to the depths, the darkest, craziest place of my soul. And there's going to be an outlet for me.
Yeah. I mean, have you ever you went to the one play that I was in that was like light and fluffy, but like the plays that I've been in are like,
but see, to me, that's art.
Who says hobby horsing isn't?
Me, I do. That is not.
You're right.
You're not farting art. If anything, that's an athletic.
It's not art. Yeah.
You're being athletic in some capacity. I don't know which one, but I will say, let me be positive for 1 minute. If I had to say something positive about hobby horsing, it would be that they are graceful. They're very graceful people.
Yeah. They hop, skip, and jump over those little poles.
Here, who am I to judge? Also, right now, if you're listening and you're the mom or the aunt or whatever to somebody who's into hobby horsing, I apologize. Who am I?
Yeehaw,
again,
tide.
Who am I? I'm not FDA approved. I got opinions. They're
Again,
not all right.
We're not getting offended over here. Like, no one's getting offended who's listening to this podcast.
The only
about
thing
our opinion on hobby horsing, which we do have someone who's pro hobby horsing, and we have someone who is anti hobby horsing. So you got both opinions here. We don't need to defend them. You don't like hobby horsing. I actually commend that. If you said I like hobby horsing, I would be a little shocked.
Maybe I just don't understand it. Maybe I just don't understand it.
Just like we don't have to understand Taylor Swift and her horsiness. Not like that she's a horse girl.
The other thing I don't understand,
and I'm obsessed with her.
I don't understand video games in a lot of ways. Video games I don't get.
I don't get it. I don't get Dungeons and Dragons. I'm not saying there's something wrong with doing that. It's good, clean,
It just doesn't appeal to me in the way. One thing I guess I do understand about them is that I do think that there's a community aspect to it, that people are logging on. They have people that they play these games with that are actually talking to, and there's a real person on the other side of the screen.
And that's really all that matters.
But for me, I don't understand.
I'm not into it. If I were going on a date with someone and I actually do this to my friends' boyfriends, or when I meet a guy, I'll be like, do you play video games? And usually they're like, ugh, because sometimes they do be doing that.
Well, is that also, I have to move. Hold on. This chair's leather. So get ready. Get ready. Okay.
Actually,
yeah.
It wasn't so
bad. But again, not for me to understand. And and also no one should care what I think. I don't get it.
Jessi, stop worrying about what people think about what you're saying about how
I do video games. No, I do worry because I don't want anyone to ever listen to a ding dong with an Amazon microphone and get their feelings hurt or feel like they need to change something about themselves, because you never know. Social media, the power of media. I feel very, very passionately about the access that young people have to this amount of content and this amount of social media and what it could do to impact them, even if they don't realize it in the moment.
Absolutely.
So that's why I say that. It's very important.
But we have said that already several times.
No, I need to say it again every time.
Okay.
Every time that I feel it in my spirit, I have to say it out loud. No, I'm going to.
But
no, I'm going to.
Obviously, all this is an opinion. Obviously.
And I'm going to keep reminding you, everyone that I have, I'm going to file it away. We need to give an example of a personality hire that's in pop culture. Yeah.
Travis Kelce.
Mm-hmm.
Viva!
But is he, because he's also a hugely talented
well,
football
that's
player.
what I'm saying. I am a talented person. You are a talented person. We're also personality hires. I am not. I actually thought about this last night because Jessi said we should think of a time that we were the personality hired. And I thought about it. I was like, every time. And then I'm like, no, that's not true, because I can only think of one time that my personality has brought me onto a set because they wanted to work with me. They wanted me on that set because they were like, oh, like we wanted you to be here. And they like straight up told me that. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, but I still had to beat out the other auditions with this like dramatic, very emotional scene. So, and the director didn't know me from Adam. And he was like, he told me, he was like, me and my wife watched her audition. So I wasn't technically the personality, but the crew, the like people who were, and the person who was ADing it, they were the ones who got me the audition. And it was because they wanted to hang,
Yeah.
Which that doesn't take away from the talent that it took to get there. Right.
Yeah, definitely.
So I'm not saying Travis is not, he's one of the greatest athletes right now, right? But he also is a personality hire. We love his podcast. We love, the silly things he does, his little dance moves.
So maybe the personality hire is, it's not that you aren't qualified to get to where you are, but the personality hire is what opens the door for other opportunities, like his a bajillion commercials, or his ability to have a thriving podcast where they're equally as charismatic.
There was one time I ever got to tell her anything.
Charismatic brother. Like maybe when you have personality, it's able to open up doors for you to have other opportunities and possibilities outside of like the mainstream thing that you're good at.
Yeah, because we all bring different things to the table, but I will say that like, especially with acting, like you're never not talented enough, because you can watch TV and I think of so many friends that I have in my personal life that I'm like, one day you're just going to like hit it because you're so talented. You're so good. But here's the thing. Everybody's good. Everybody's talented. And it really, talent doesn't matter. Like, I think with athletes, it's a little different than acting, but it's the similar mentality that like sometimes you're going to get an opportunity, not because of your talent, but your talent is what's going to keep getting you opportunities.
Yeah. Yeah. Or maybe give you the opportunity or the space to like explore what else you might be good at. Maybe you don't know like what you're good at. And maybe like just, that's also the thing too. I think that it's not even about having a specific personality to be the personality hire or to use it to get to your advantage. There's so many different types of aspects to people's personalities. There is a space in every arena to be a specific type of personality hire, if you want to talk about that. Like there are outgoing personality hires and academically, amazing personality hires. There are people that are quiet personality hires. There are people that are more like, and those are three god-awful examples, but there's different arenas where you can really utilize the best aspects of your personality, and it doesn't need to be in these ways where you're like glitzy, glamorous, whatever, so maybe that's
like super outgoing. There's all different personality hires for sure. But I mean Patrick Mahomes is not a personality hire. If you watch his interviews, they're professional, they're good, but he's not cracking jokes with the like he's not,
I think that a lot of social media, TikTok type of people that have come to the forefront as people that are now doing the interviewing and things like that at award shows. I find that really interesting in terms of like personality hire, because they actually are really talented at what they're doing. Some of them I really admire. And I think that had they not had TikTok or those platforms, they probably wouldn't have the opportunities they have. Yeah. However, their personalities have driven them all the way through from a fictional world they created on TikTok on an app where there's we're out in the stratosphere where is it real, is it not? Because it's social media. They've driven themselves through their personality all the way through to make something real for themselves, just based on the fact that they were who they were and they leaned into their personality. And that is so inspiring to me. It's extremely inspiring when I see social media stars. I hate to say that too, because it's like, at what point do we give them the credit where it's due? They might have started on social media.
We've got to.
But
and I'm sorry, they're not a Nepo baby. Sorry. Like, I mean, I don't know if you feel this way, and I think you do with like just, in any kind of career. But with acting, the second you start putting stuff on social media, people are like, oh, you're trying to be an influencer. No, I'm creating content just like you are. I'm not spending $1 million on my short film that no one's going to see.
I think
instead, I'm going to go ahead and.
Yeah, I think what we're both saying is that there has to be some sort of like holistic, everybody's going to make a big agreement that the use of social media and using it as a platform to put yourself out there as a performer, as anything, as absolutely anything, does not make you or pigeonhole you as a social media influencer or social media content creator. It doesn't have to be that way. Yeah. It can be a jumping off platform as opposed to a pigeonhole. And I think that as soon as we get over that hump as like a society and stop categorizing people that way, our world will open up to so many more talented performers and creators and things like that have opportunities in a more mainstream way. Yeah. And I also think that it's so, I can't imagine how frustrating it must be for people that are, again, like being able to make interviews on red carpets now when they might have started on a TikTok or whatever. I can't imagine how frustrating it is to be like, I'm living my dream now in my calling, in my purpose on the other side of TikTok, but you're still pigeonholing me as somebody who just, that's all I can do. That's all I can do. Yeah. How frustrating. I think it's getting better.
It's getting better. Like Emma Chamberlain is one that I think of as a interviewer, red carpet interview.
I think Amelia, who does chicken shop, chicken shop, doggone it.
Chicken shop date.
She's incredible. Teffy.
She's so good. Hello, Teffy.
Teffy, incredible.
I mean, there's other ones too.
Alex Earl has broken so many different barriers. I don't care what your opinion is on her, but it's just so she's absolutely broken so many barriers. So many amazing people.
Skinner.
Yes, hilarious.
He just got a show picked up that he wrote. How cool is that? Brian Alvarez.
Yes.
Say it. Okay. Say it. Sorry. I think he's been in Atlanta. I don't know if he lives here.
Does he live here? I don't know if he lives here.
I don't know his story.
But I do watch his TikToks. Hysterical.
He's so funny. Look him up on TikTok.
And he also has been in a lot of really great shows.
He has. He's a phenomenal actor. So I've seen him like a billion times in Atlanta, and like we always make eye contact. And the last time I did, I was walking down the street with
I was walking down the street with whomsoever
I was walking down the street.
Whomsoever I was with.
I'm gonna cry.
You were walking down the street and you seen him again.
I seen him. It was like slow motion where I looked over and we just caught eyes and we were like this. Like, well, because sorry, you're not moving. I'm not moving either. So I'm explaining how I'm slow motion making eye contact with this man, and we both stare at each other like, do I know you? And I'm like, yeah, you do. From the 8 other times we've seen each other, and I haven't said a single word, but I look you dead in your pupils.
Yeah. And we've seen him around town.
Seen him.
So, and we admire him, but he's also someone who does social media.
He just got a show picked up.
But
congrats.
that's not his bag. Like
no,
he is a talented actor.
He's a writer. Comedian, so funny.
He might be an interesting, like that type of person might be interesting to really talk to about it, because I wonder how much they could also say, I had a resume before TikTok or before social media. This is how it's enhanced my opportunities now in the world that I still want to be in. But I'm sure there are people that feel the exact opposite, where they're like, damn, I can't get anything but X, Y, and Z now because of social media.
Yeah, you have to be careful. I think just pushing for yourself and fighting for yourself to continue to say, this is not my hole that I'm staying in.
Yeah.
I got me a ladder.
Yeah.
I'm crawling out of it.
Some things feel like natural progressions. For instance, like Hailey and I perform, we do comedy, we like act, things like that. Sorry, I'm just gonna punch her mic while I'm talking.
Just punch me in the face.
But
out, please.
those things, it's kind of like, I guess, a natural progression. Now it seemed like, oh, you do comedy, you're a performer, you're an actor. Like, of course you have a podcast, which I guess, you know, that's funny in and of itself.
I'm a stand-up comic.
Of course I have a podcast. But I think that's kind of funny that's kind of like the natural progression. So maybe we'll see more of those. Like, what's the pipeline from personality hire to podcast? You know, like, are we that we're that pipeline? Like, I guess we are actually a living, breathing stereotype.
We have talked about this. Like, what our elevator
whomsoever elevator
in the elevator, walking down the street with whomsoever, making eyes with Brian Alvarez.
Yeah. Sitting is the opposite of standing. He's so funny. Oh,
I like when he says, "This is my psalm."
This is my psalm. Yeah. Oh Lord.
Okay. Sorry, I'm crying. When he goes, my wife doesn't know I'm 5'6" because I stay in.
Because she's always sitting. Yeah.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah, he's very funny.
I'm sweating now. Okay. But our elevator pitch is, if the 2 personality hires in your office started a podcast, it'd be this.
It would be this.
They'd be talking smack. They'd be talking about nonsense. They'd be picking their boogers, so on, so forth.
And yes, that is exactly what this would be. I mean, that is what this is. That is what this is.
This is literally what this is.
Literally, I'm glad we're all gathered here today, because we just needed to say out loud, if we hadn't yet, that is what this is. Whatever you're thinking about what this podcast is, that's what it is.
Happy
and
20th.
Now that we all know together, if you were like, what is this crap? Now you know. It's if the 2 personality hires in your office decided to pick up mics and start this little thing, that's exactly what this is. Are they qualified? Who knows?
Yes.
But are they funny?
Yes.
Every time.
Sometimes.
Every time. Don't look at my nails. Stop looking at my nails right now. I just held them up to the camera. Stop.
You did that.
Looking at my fingernails.
Okay,
They're not
rapid
painted.
fire, pop culture, personality hires. Go. Name some.
Oh, flip. Oh, snap. Doggy, I wasn't prepared for that. Hold on.
Wait, actually,
rapid fire personality hires. My mind goes to people that are like reality TV show based. Like, I don't watch a lot of Vanderpump Rules, but Lala Kent to me is every.
Yep.
Also, I don't think she is.
I don't think so.
Either.
And I love her.
One.
I don't think anyone from Vanderpump
either.
Rules is
All
a
right,
personality
okay,
hire.
you're right.
And I love that show.
You're right. You're right. I can't think of them right in this moment because it's hard for me
Zendaya, personality hire. Zendaya. Sorry.
But she's so talented.
Jessi, why can't you be a personality hire and be talented?
Because I guess in some like crevice of my brain, I'm still like,
no, you've got to stop that.
What I guess I'm confused by the game of what we're trying to do.
Who is a personality hire? Like, there are 1,000 talented people in the room. Who are we hiring because we want to lift the vibes?
So everyone is talented in this game. Everyone's already talented.
Yes.
I just needed to understand because I didn't know if we were trying to pick out personality or celebrities who have gotten by skated through just on their personality, but there's not. That's why I was confused. So what we're doing is we're saying these people are already talented in their own right.
You can be talented or less talented.
We're not saying that these people have just skated by the skin of their teeth based on their personality because they have no talent.
No, I'm saying who in the room are we bringing into the personality hire room because they are a personality hire.
Got it.
And everyone is talented.
I'm back.
And there are different opinions.
I'm back. I just needed you to yell at me really quick. I get it. I'm back.
Just screamed.
You did. Jessi! I get it.
You are talented.
I'm back. I just needed to hear that they are talented.
Brian Alvarez.
I get it.
Personality hire.
No, I'm not. And now you're like making me feel like, am I confused on what a personality hire is? And I'm not. I know what that is. I just, for the purposes of the celebrity game.
Okay. I do understand what you mean.
Yes.
Because,
okay.
Yeah. Okay. So everybody's talented.
Yes.
And I think it would be rude to say just is in the room because of their personality.
My personality.
But there are some people who
okay, this
like
is
that.
Someone who I know you and I both look up to and that we think is incredible. Heather McMahon.
Personality
Heather McMahon
hire.
is
Personality hire.
incredible,
bringing her in
talented,
the room.
personality hire. Like you got
Yeah.
it, kid. Like
You got it.
everything, you got it. I love her.
Yes.
I admire her. I think
She's
she's
the best.
wonderful. I've seen her multiple times. I've met
She's-
her. I got a pic to prove it. And then let's keep going down that route. You know, who are some more? Zendaya was a good example now that I understand the game.
Yeah, she's a personality hire. Like, you know, Sydney Sweeney, very talented, not a personality hire. I'm not
Okay.
like LOL smiley
Okay.
facing every time I watch one.
Yeah.
Emma
Okay.
Stone, personality hire.
Okay.
Jennifer Lawrence, personality hire. I would bring her in the room because
Okay.
she's
Because of her personality.
yeah.
Okay. I am going to bring into the room Mr. Wonderful because I want him to have
Personality
10%
hire.
of my podcast.
Yes.
For $12, he can have 10% of my podcast and then he can turn it around and do whatever he does with it. And that's a formal pitch to the Sharks.
Rar. I don't know why I did that.
See, I have blown up
Sharks
this
don't do
game.
that.
I've just blown it up.
Okay, but
I just
okay,
did.
okay,
We're gonna have to. You know what? Honestly, we're gonna do a part 2 to this game
we are.
because I didn't understand it. Damn it! And now I feel angry at myself.
No,
so I'm
don't
gonna
be
go.
angry.
We're gonna do a part 2 in the next episode of our personality hire podcast. We're gonna do a part 2 of this game.
Okay. We can. And I also want to hear what y'all have to think. Who in pop culture right now do you think is a personality hire? Like they are getting opportunities. Like Austin Butler, for example, not a personality hire.
Okay,
But
yeah.
he's getting opportunities on his talent. But there are people who are getting opportunities. They're talented.
Noah Khan.
Noah Khan, personality hire. There we go. That was so good. That was a really good one too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you
Noah
so much.
Khan.
Okay, thank you.
Post Malone, I don't think he's a personality hire.
He just is like he might be
kinda
too
swims in and out.
Yeah, and he's also just like too
But I'm
sweet.
obsessed with him.
I might be
Yeah.
like, there's something too sweet about you. That's
Yeah.
rude.
No, you gotta have a little bit of
There's
like
some sort of a
spice.
criteria. Yeah.
Also, I just realized for those of you listening at home and not watching, I am
she's
call HR
you know how we also
immediately.
sometimes I lift up my leg of my pants to expose my knee.
You haven't done that yet.
Hailey does some things with her shirt and she's been doing it the whole time. I think with that, we need to wrap or else we're going to get an HR violation.
we are,
honestly.
All right, y'all. Please remember to rate, review, subscribe, share this with a friend. Talk about it every week, but I'm yelling at you.
Oh, I wanted to say something very self-indulgent, if that's okay.
Please.
After you rate, review, subscribe, and share with a friend, I have a comedy show coming up in Atlanta that I'm very excited about it. It'll be my kind of like re-coming out. I've been a hermit when it comes to performing lately. So on March the 8th, I will be in Atlanta. And if you follow me on Instagram, you can buy tickets because I'll have the information there. Very self-indulgent. But I'm excited.
What's the show called?
It'll all be on my Instagram. Everything, I'll have it on my Instagram. You can follow me at Jessi Ford Bacon. And I'll be doing it on March the 8th.
Okay, awesome. Where at?
Put it all on Instagram.
Okay.
I can't think of anything right now
Okay.
except for it's March
Okay.
the 8th. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll just put it on.
I thought you were just
put
being
it.
secretive.
No.
I was like, wait,
I
we should tell them.
no, it'll all be on the gram. I cannot think about it
There's
right
a lot
now.
of information that goes into stand-up shows.
I'm still
That makes sense.
reeling that I didn't know what personality hire was.
Hey,
in
you
this
got
game.
Noah Khan, and that
Thank
was
you.
a bomb one because you are absolutely right. He's got it all.
He does.
He's got it all.
Yeah.
You got it all, kid.
Thanks for giving us 20 episodes. We
Yeah.
are still loving it after all
Yeah.
these years. We're still crazy after all these years.
all
And
these
here's to
weeks.
20. Here's to 20 more, baby. Rate, review, subscribe, and keep on keeping on with us because we're loving it.
We love it. We love you. Janine, take us home, sis. Ah.